Where's the pink, Jigger? You had the pink on yesterday.
Just want to change it up a little bit. Big week. I mean, so just coming in, being able to be a part of this great moment. I mean, why not put your best foot forward? So that's what I did. Not only just me, but the defensive line in general.
Do you expect Zach Valeros to start for Winnipeg?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't he? I mean, he's a warrior. I mean, who's really going into this game healthy? And if I say that they're 100% healthy, it's probably giving you a good white lie. So nobody's really 100%. So I expect him to go out there and do what he does best: play the game, compete to win.
When the guys on defense, will you target that ankle? Will you prepare for him or treat him any differently, considering he's dealing with that issue?
Not even close. We going in prepared like we playing against the normal Zach Valeros who's been playing at a high level all year long. We're not targeting somebody's ailing weakness. That's not how this game is supposed to be played. This game is supposed to be played like warriors, like gladiators. So we're going out there with that type of mindset in mind, that we're going into a old school slugfest. And may the best man win. Last man standing, we're going to be the one victorious.
How would you describe your motivation level this week compared to the previous?
Compared to previous years? For me, honestly, it's really the same. I attack every game, every situation, every moment, every week, the same week. Just like I did beginning of training camp all the way to now. It's just another game. I know it's a big game, it's the biggest game, but for me mentally, I prepare the same. I'm going into it, putting in the same type of dedication and work, trying to blot out all the excess, doing all the extra media, all the extra attention that's put onto this game. I mean, it's just distractions, so to speak, because we still have to focus and be ready to go, put everything on the line come Sunday.
I talked to Brandon Banks, and he's obviously incredibly motivated. He's been to this game a lot of times and still searching for his first one. Do you and him have conversations about, how you're envisioning things finishing on Sunday?
Oh, absolutely. Me and Brandon been knowing each other for a long time, and when I first started playing with Brandon back in 19, I told him my goal was to get him a Grey Cup. So just getting the opportunity to know I'm playing for guys like Banks, playing with my head coach Mace, playing for Bladdock. There's so many guys I can name, endless people who I'm putting it all out there on the line for, because they deserve this opportunity. It's not sure I've been 6 times in a row, but this one means just as much to me as the first one, because I know who I'm doing it for. You know what I'm saying? For me, I don't care about the personal accolades. I'm caring about building these memories and this, this time I'm gonna be able to cherish for the rest of our lives with the guys I went to war with.
The last time the Argos played in Regina was in July. So what did it feel like to step on the field today in a completely different climate?
I go off Celsius, I go off degrees. So in degrees, I say it's probably about 67 degrees difference, 70 degrees difference. So I can blow my breath and see it. That's a big difference, but it's cool. I mean, just being able to soak in this atmosphere is, it's special. It's not the ideal weather we would like to play in, but it's a blessing to be able to have the opportunity to play in this weather and none the same. Because it's a lot of teams sitting at home going to be watching this game on Sunday. So being able that we're going to have the ability to push through it, persevere, and potentially come out victorious is going to make it all worth it.
Jigger,
A lot of your teammates are going to this Grey Cup football for the first time. You're a veteran, of course, now you're 6 straight Grey Cup games. What can you share with them or bring to them so they don't get overwhelmed by all this process?
My biggest message to them is stick with what got you here. Don't try to go, I gotta make this type of play this week. I gotta go above and beyond my normal means to become a Grey Cup champion, because it's not true. You really have to stick with really what got you here. Stick with the same basic nuances because it's the small things that makes the biggest difference in these type of games. It's not the big thing. So pay attention to the minute details that get overlooked a lot of times. So being able to trust the guy beside you that he's going to continue to do his job, no matter if it's play 1 or play 60 or in overtime, that you're going to get the job done. And that's what really separates winners from losers, is being able to be you when everything's on the line. Don't let the moment get too big for you. You're bigger than the moment. So treat it as such.
Gary,
6 Grey Cups in a row. How the hell does that happen? Like, is it just luck, or do you know how to pick your spots, or what? How do you explain it?
Honestly, for me, like, one, I've been blessed. I've been truly blessed to make it to 6, but I've also been part of some great organizations, some great teams, some great teammates, some great friends. Just being able to accomplish such a feat is absurd. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't happen. So I know a lot of guys who make it 2 or 3 Grey Cups over a 15-year career. So for me to do it 6 in a row, back to back to back, is a feat in itself that I will definitely cherish.
Gary, having gone to or been on 6 Grey Cup contenders, how is this team rate on that list compared to all the others you've been on?
Honestly, like, this team ranks right up there with some of the best teams I played on. Because the crazy part about it is I've been on both sides. Been on the wrong side more than the right side. But at the end of the day, it comes down to what team is the better team on that day. And the record really doesn't mean much. The accolades really don't mean much. It comes down to who's the better team on game day. That's going to decide who's going to be the champion of the day. So regardless of whatever your record is coming into this game, whatever personal accolades or team accolades that team has accomplished, it means nothing if you can't get the job done on the biggest stage.
Jared, on the path that teams take, this year you were here in Saskatchewan, you were in Nova Scotia, and both teams had a similarity. They had a problem with discipline. The team that plays out of this stadium basically went down. You guys went in the opposite direction. What is the difference?
The biggest thing is just growing, continue to grow in the upward slope, and learning and understanding that every time you step on the field, you have to put a better version of yourself out there. And you have to also be able to be a selfless player. Know that you're not playing for yourself, you're playing for the person next to you. Playing for the guy that plays on the offensive side of the ball, guys that's maybe strictly special team guys. And you got to be able to swallow your personal egos and pride and put it to the side to know I'm doing this for the greater good of the team. And when you start thinking in that way, like, things you think differently. You second guess, you know what I'm saying, potentially drawing that personal foul or doing something that can potentially cost the team.
You're creating a direction for the team that's positive out of the negative rather than the opposite.
Absolutely. Everybody's here been paying attention to the league over the past couple of years, and sure, everybody knew what the tainted image of the Argonauts was. So coming here, one of my personal goals was to help change the look, the feel, the way people view this team. Because, I mean, you have a team full of passionate players, and a lot of guys wear their heart on their sleeve, and a lot of times it gets the best of them. In the heat of the moment, when you out there at war, you're giving it everything you got. You got a bunch of guys, this their livelihood, this their thing they love, this their passion, so it gets emotional at times. So being able to rein it back in when things are getting tough, when things are not going your way, it just goes to show, for me, why I tip my hat to every guy on this team, because they've done the work. They've gone above and beyond to, you know what I'm saying, put themselves in a better light to really take accountability and be able to understand when and when not to exert that type of emotions, because it could help the team.
Jared, what have you learned about the Bombers over the last 3 seasons?
Ah, man, they are, one, consistency. They're one of the most consistent teams I've seen since I left Calgary back in 2018. So they're a team that doesn't really beat themselves. They really play together. They, regardless of the ebb and flow of the game, they always got each other's back. And they're really a very minimal mistake team. They really bank on the opposite team making more mistakes and capitalize on it. They always take advantage of anytime a team, their opponent messes up. So when you know you're playing against that caliber of team across the board, it's not just, their defense or their offense. No, it's all three phases of the game they take advantage of, and they're just a well-poised, polished team. So when you coming into against that type of opponent, you really have to take into account that one mistake can cost you the game, can cost you a Grey Cup. So you have to really be considerate and take into every account that I have to be on top of my game. I can't go out here and do something stupid that can really cost the team.
You guys were so close last year in overtime. How long did that game stick with you into the offseason?
Honestly, for me, I really don't hold on to them that long. Like, for me, it's I always leave everything I have on the field. So I don't hold regrets. I don't, you know what I'm saying, hang my head low on it. Like, regardless of what the outcome is, I do the same thing. Ever since my first Grey Cup back in 16 all the way up to now, regardless if it was a win or lose, I walk up to the opponent, I congratulate them. I shake every person on the team hand, tell them they deserve it because they battled. It was a war. And you know what I'm saying, the best team came on top that day. And for me, after I walk out that field, I go, you know what I'm saying, I pick up my teammates, I tell them, hey, boss, we tried. We gave our best effort. So don't have a head held low because, I mean, it's part of the game. Unfortunately, it's going to always be a winner, but it's also going to always be a loser. So you got to understand, you got to be willing to accept both sides.